Here's the thing, you're not too much. Although I know you feel that way. You're not too intense, you're not too emotional, you're not too triggering and activating. You're just in rooms that can't actually see and understand your depth. The problem is that over time, as you've shown up to speak your truth, as you've shown up to expect more in relationships, as you've shown up to be the mirror of what's going on, the unconsciousness that's running, the level of emotion that you bring, and their depth and range and consciousness that you provide, at some point, you were rejected. You were told you were too much. You were told you were too emotional. You were told to tone it down. You started losing and feeling rejected. And at that point, you decided that you were actually too much. You started to believe it. Whether consciously or unconsciously, you started to dim. You started to put yourself in a box. You started to play small. You started self-abandoning to be chosen. You started being what everybody else needed and wanted so that you would feel valued, so that you would be understood. And I deeply get it. But what I need you to hear today is you were never too much. You were just in rooms that couldn't hold your depth. You were in rooms that weren't ready for your lighthouse energy. So you changed and became a boat navigator. But let me tell you something. The light is still calling you. You are meant for more, and you know it. You're meant to be held in relationships. You're meant to be seen and understood. You're meant to be chosen for the wide range of depth that you bring, for the emotional intelligence that you lead with, for the activation that you call for everyone in your world to rise. You're meant to be chosen and loved for those things, not casted out. You're meant for deep impact and income. You're meant to go to new levels that you weren't born with. You're meant to outgrow the patterns and programmings that you were instilled with in your family and your dynamics. You're meant to become and ascend past all the things that ultimately these rooms have kept you playing small in your comfort zone. And the moment you shift your identity to a frequency who owns that, who becomes that, who requires that, who holds the standards for that, you shift your entire external reality to meet you there. I know this because I spent years shape-shifting, people-pleasing, putting myself into boxes, trying to be digestible so that people would not discard me, that they would understand me. And what I came to realize and what I know now is that the moment that I stepped into who I truly was and I stopped self-sabotaging myself the second that I was shining my light too bright, and allowed myself to ascend past that identity into a new identity where I require people to understand who I truly am, that actually resonate with who I am. And now I'm a mirror to activate them to own who the fuck they are. Everything in my world changed. The clients that came into my life, the relationships that came into my life, the friendships, the people who reflect back to me now, that I am actually a mirror to empower them to become all that they're truly meant to be. And that's your role as well. If you're ready to shift this and become the lighthouse that you know you're meant for, comment lighthouse and let's go.